Welcome back. In this segment, we're going to review the structure of a resume. First, when starting your resume, it's essential to focus on the top section, or your header, as this is the most critical section of your resume. It includes your name and your contact information. Remember, the goal of a resume is to get an interview, so it's wise to have a voicemail set up and consistently check it in case an employer calls you. You'll also want to consistently check your email in case they email you. During a search, you'll want to respond quickly to interview invitations, so don't risk missing them. In your header, you'll start with your name, which should be the largest font size on the page to ensure it stands out. Follow this with your contact details, a phone number, one email, city and state, and if applicable, your LinkedIn profile or website. Remember to remove the hyperlink from your email or your LinkedIn URL or website to maintain a clean look. Page setup is different for a resume than a typical academic paper. You can take your margins out to 0.5 or ½ inch on all sides. You can even go to a 0.3 on the top if you want to. And choose a simple readable font and use sizes 10 to 12 for consistency across your document. Keep your resume free of decorative elements like emojis, pictures, or color to maintain a professional tone. Everything should be organized and in a predictable location to make it easy for the reader to find information. Avoid using templates as they may not be compatible with applicant tracking systems or appropriate for internship or entry-level candidates. Instead, start with a blank document in Google or Word for greater control over your format and content. Before moving on, check these 5 critical steps. Number 1, ensure your name is the largest text on the page. 2, confirm your contact information is professional and accurate. 3, remove any unnecessary personal information. 4, maintain clean spacing and alignment throughout. 5, avoid clutter to keep your resume easy to skim. If all 5 areas are satisfactory, you're ready to proceed to the next sections of your resume. Consider starting with a Career Center resume example for additional guidance. You can even make a copy of these examples to make it easier to format your resume, so you don't have to start from scratch. Resume examples can be found on the Career Center website. When it comes to structuring your resume, the education section is particularly important for entry-level and intern candidates and likely to be the first section of information on your resume beyond your header. Start off by clearly listing your degree. For example, Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, followed by the institution, such as Eckerd College, city and state, St. Petersburg, Florida, and include the anticipated graduation date, like month, year, so May 2027, for example. This gives potential employers a clear understanding of your educational background. At Eckerd, we have 3 degree types: arts, science, or fine arts. It's also a good idea to include any relevant courses or study abroad experience within this section, or you can move this information into separate sections if they add significant value. If your GPA is higher than 3.0, be sure to highlight it along with any academic honors. Remember, the goal is to present your education in a way that aligns with the role you're applying for, making it simple for employers to see your qualifications at a glance. Now, let's move on to the sections that capture your experience. You can organize these sections any way you want using any section titles. A common way to group experience is by relevant experience and then additional experience, so 2 experience sections. In our example, Kristen chose to have a section entitled Marketing Experience since she's pursuing work in marketing and she gets to use the marketing keyword. But no matter how you group them, within each experience section, list your experience in reverse chronological order. This means starting with the most recent role and working backwards. For each position, include your title or role, or if it's a project, the title of the project, the name of the employer or organization, the location including city and state, the dates you were involved or employed, formatted as month and year, bullet points that succinctly describe your accomplishments and contribute in that role. Bullet point descriptions should be impactful and focus on achievements rather than just duties. Think about the skills you used or developed and any specific outcomes you achieved. This approach not only makes your resume more appealing, but also gives potential employers a clear picture of your capabilities. We'll delve deeper into writing bullet points in the next section. Let's dive into some of the additional additional sections you might consider for your resume. First, a skills or technical skills section is quite common, but within that section, you'll want to succinctly focus on skills pertinent to your field. Avoid including soft skills like leadership or communication here, as they can be highlighted in other sections or more thoroughly described through your experiences. Next, think about sections like professional affiliations or memberships. This is where you can showcase your involvement in industry-specific organizations, and they can signal dedication and networking ability. Training and certifications are also helpful, especially if they are directly related to the job you're applying for. They demonstrate your commitment to professional development and mastery of your field. You could also include sections like conferences, presentations, publications. Again, these just highlight other forms of engagement and experience you have within an industry and contribution to professional discussions or knowledge dissemination. Other valuable sections might include honors and awards, leadership, volunteer experience, athletics, related projects or coursework. Again, each of these just provides another opportunity for you to highlight your experiences. Remember, these sections should be selected and arranged in a way that best supports your application and the story you want to tell potential employers. All majors at Eckerd are intentionally broad so that you have greater flexibility on where you decide to apply it. This includes pursuing work that doesn't necessarily directly connect to your field of study. So yes, you could have spent 4 years studying marine science and decide you don't want to be a marine scientist anymore, and now you really want to pursue work in business. You certainly can do that. Or maybe you are a literature major and you've decided you want to pursue a role in project management. Since the success of your resume depends so much on keywords from the job description, an objective statement can be appropriate for some internship and entry-level candidates, especially when your major does not obviously align with the role you're trying to pursue. You will place the objective statement above your education section below your header. You'll format your objective statement in a very specific way. You'll start by outlining 2 or 3 of the most relevant and specific skills, experiences, or knowledge that you'd bring to that role. Then you include the title of the role and the employer's name. Or if you're going to a networking event and you don't have a specific role, then you can leave it broad, such as summer internship or early career position. So look at the 2 examples on your screen. So the first one is a specific role. So to apply, communication and problem solving skills and marketing knowledge as the marketing coordinator with M16 Marketing. So because this resume will include the title of the role and the title of the employer, those are additional keywords that'll help improve industry signaling and could help improve the applicant tracking system score. But let's say you're going to a networking event like a career fair or some kind of mixer, and you're not sure who you'll meet there, then you can do something more around a specific goal. So in this case, to use skills in outdoor education facilitation in a summer internship. So with that, this concludes our video on resume structure. Continue on to the next video that will give you an overview of how to effectively describe your experiences.